Every day, you are a participant in a game you didn't sign up for. Whether you are in a boardroom in London, a cafe in Tokyo, or at home in New York, there is an invisible architecture of control being built around you. Most people think manipulation is loud, but the most dangerous forms of psychology are subtle. They are hidden in a simple sentence or a cold glance. For those of you learning English, this isn't just a vocabulary lesson, it's a masterclass in the English of influence. Today, we decode the darkness.
Meet Mike. Mike is ambitious, hardworking, and perhaps a bit too trusting. On Monday morning, Mike's week begins with a classic distortion of reality. He is a project manager who takes pride in his meticulous notes. Last week, his boss Sarah told him to focus entirely on the Smith account. But when he hands it in, Sarah looks at him with a fake, cold pity. She tells him she never said that. She wanted the Johnson account. When Mike tries to show her the email, she refuses to look. She tells him he's been stressed and that she's worried about his cognitive health. She asks him if he's sure he's feeling okay. This is gaslighting. Sarah isn't just lying, she is trying to undermine Mike's confidence and make him question his own sanity. In English, Sarah is using what we call hedges, phrases like, "It seems to me," or "I'm worried that," to make her manipulation look like concern. If you are Mike, your strongest weapon is the word objective. Don't argue with a gaslighter. Simply state that you will trust the objective records.
By Tuesday, the battle moves from the office to Mike's personal life. He meets Jessica. She is charming and intense. Within 48 hours, she is calling him her soulmate. She tells him he is the only person who truly understands her. Mike feels validated, but he is actually falling into a dopamine trap called love bombing. Jessica is using hyperbole, exaggerated language like perfect and always, to create an emotional dependency. When someone floods you with affection too quickly, they are often building a debt they expect you to pay later. In a healthy English conversation, we look for moderate interest, not obsessive intensity. On Thursday, Mike returns to the office, where Sarah is waiting with a new tactic. She asks him for something impossible, to move to Singapore in 4 days to lead a new branch. Mike, of course, says no. Sarah sighs, acting disappointed, and then asks for something smaller, for Mike to work every weekend for the next month. Feeling guilty for saying no the first time, Mike agrees. This is the door-in-the-face technique. Sarah used a giant request as leverage to make her real goal, the weekends, look like a concession. She hijacked Mike's natural sense of reciprocity, the feeling that if someone gives in, you must give in too. Before you say yes to a compromise, ask yourself if you are settling for something you never wanted in the first place. By Friday, the pressure begins to break Mike. He asks Jessica a simple question about her ex-boyfriend, and instead of answering, she goes silent. She doesn't yell, she simply acts like Mike is a ghost. This is stonewalling, or what we call the cold shoulder in English. It is a passive-aggressive power play designed to make the victim beg for communication. It creates ambiguity and fear. When you are met with a wall of silence, do not chase. State clearly that you are ready to talk when they can be respectful, and then walk away. Silence only has power if you are afraid of it. Finally, on Saturday, Mike's week ends with an emotional leash. His mother calls, asking him to visit. When Mike explains he has to work, she uses martyrdom. She tells him it's fine, that she'll just be alone, and that she knows his job is more important than her. This is a guilt trip. It is designed to create a sense of obligation and resentment. Mike feels a heavy burden, but he must learn the difference between responsibility and emotional debt. Mike's week was a web of scripts, but he finally began to see the patterns. He realized that manipulation thrives in the shadows of vague language. He started changing his English. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry," he said, "Thank you for your patience." Instead of, "I think," he said, "The evidence shows." When you become articulate, the darkness disappears. You are no longer a character in someone else's play. You are the author of your own. By learning these tactics, you haven't just improved your vocabulary, you have reclaimed your autonomy. Don't let others write your script. Speak your truth. Stay sharp. This is the way up.